What did Millie Bobby Brown have to sacrifice to land a role in Stranger Things? Why the Duffer brothers told Joe Keery to get ripped? And which rule appeared to be the most unnerving for the young actors? Hi, I'm Janet. Let's find out. Be ready to have a crazy hairdo. The 80s hairstyles were definitely much wilder than today's, and the majority of Stranger Things cast had to live with it, no matter how much they hate those crazy period-appropriate hairdos. In an interview with Jimmy Fallon, Noah Schnapp revealed how frustrated he was about Will's haircut. He asked the showrunners and hairdressers to change it maybe 1,000 times, with no luck though. So, Noah had to wear that throwback bowl cut created with the help of hair extensions. And Natalie Dyer had to perm her hair for the look. But at least she didn't have to wear a wig like Dacre Montgomery. Oh yes, the actor confirmed that his mullet wasn't real, despite its convincing appearance. "I can only dream of growing beautiful locks like Joe Keery," Dacre admitted. "A lot of the crew didn't even realize that it was not my hair on the sides." And he wasn't the only one who was wearing a wig. David Harbour shaved his hair into a mohawk in between the first 2 seasons. So, he had to wear a wig for the first 3 months of shooting for Stranger Things Season 2. But, of course, no character on the show has gone through a greater hair transformation than Eleven. Millie Bobby Brown found out she was supposed to shave her hair off only after she was chosen for the role. Luckily, she was okay with the idea, finding courage in Charlize Theron, who had to do the same for her role in Mad Max Fury Road. By the way, the actress who played her on-screen lab sister Callie, Linnea Berthelsen, also had to undergo a similar transformation, shaving part of her head. Moreover, to get the perfect look, inspired by the 80s icon Cyndi Lauper, Linnea literally spent days in the hairdresser's chair getting her hair done. Originally, the Duffer brothers wanted Callie to have an underlayer of green, but changed their minds to purple, just 24 hours before shooting. Acquire a perfect American accent. That sounds easy, but it appears that not all of the cast members were born in the US. When fans watch Millie Bobby Brown in interviews, many of them are shocked to find out that she's actually British. She even hid her true accent when she auditioned for the role of Eleven. Millie revealed that she mastered her American accent by watching episodes of Hannah Montana. By the way, Millie's ability to change accents allowed her to prank her co-star, Gaten Matarazzo. She once called him, talking in a different voice and with an American accent, pretending to be his fan and a stalker. Brown really managed to freak Gaten out when she said, quite meaningfully, "I see you." But Millie is not the only undercover Brit on the show. Charlie Heaton, who plays Jonathan, is from Yorkshire. He did a really great job hiding his accent, but it was a challenge for him, especially because of one particular word he had to say over and over again: Nancy. Producer Sean Levy revealed that they had to re-record Jonathan's dialogue occasionally to make his Nancy pronunciations more American. Show up on set without makeup. The nail-biting, colorful 80s makeup took a ton of research that the makeup team had to pull before the show started. They looked through the TV guides of that time, cosmetic ads, and movie posters and magazine clippings. But no matter how extravagant the character's makeup has to be on screen, there's a rule that the actors must come to set without any makeup. And the reason for this rule is Millie Bobby Brown, who once delayed the production for 45 minutes because she showed up on set covered head to toe in glitter. No one really knows where all that glitter came from, as Millie was totally poker-faced about it and didn't reveal the truth even to the showrunners. However, usually it doesn't take long to prep Millie for her character, but that isn't the case for some of the other actors on the show. For example, it doesn't just take 4 puffs of Farrah Fawcett hairspray to give Joe Keery his rock star hairdo. In real life, the hairdressers spend 30 minutes every day creating it, and Dacre Montgomery had to spend up to 5 hours every day getting all the scratches and bruises put on him, because Billy gained plenty of wounds throughout Season 3, and you'll never guess what beauty product was used to help create those wounds and slimy sweat on the flayed characters. It turns out that effect was achieved with the help of a really viscous lip gloss, as the Stranger Things makeup designer put it. Be ready to keep losing your voice. It turns out that perfecting her American accent wasn't the most challenging thing for Millie Bobby Brown. The world of Stranger Things is full of terrifying monsters, so it's no wonder that the characters scream a lot. And when screaming is part of your job description, it means that you might lose your voice occasionally. When I was in London the other day, they made me go back to do the ADR and go over my scenes. I had to start screaming again so they could put that over it. Millie revealed that she lost her voice 5 different times throughout the 8 months of filming season 3. And Noah Schnapp also lost his voice from screaming so much in the finale of the 2nd season. "I was screaming and screaming," he said. "The next morning I woke up and I'd open my mouth and nothing came out for the next 3 days." But many of us would agree to pay this price to be on our favorite show, right? Get ready to go undercover on social media. The young actors don't actually live in the 80s. They have grown up in a world where they can share pretty much everything they do on social media. But if you are a member of the Stranger Things cast, forget about it. The entire cast and crew have to be really mindful of their social media presence and not spill the beans. The official Stranger Things Twitter page posts all the new information first, and only after that do the cast members then follow. Also, the showrunners take extra precautions to make sure the set of the show is a leak-free zone. That's why cell phones are simply not allowed on set. Apart from this, the advanced screeners are password protected, which means that if a leak happens, they will be able to identify the person responsible for it. And of course, Netflix controls what the actors are allowed to reveal on their press tours. Francesca Real, who played Billy's coworker Heather, revealed that everybody has to be extremely careful to not get themselves into trouble. Basically, they just sent a massive sheet to all of us saying what we can and can't say and what we should refrain from talking about. So, if you've ever wondered why we know so little about the plot of the upcoming Season 4, now you know the answer. Come to terms with wearing uncomfortable clothes. The Duffer brothers believe that so many people connect to the characters of Stranger Things because everything on the show feels very real. In fact, one might even say that the showrunners go a little bit overboard when it comes to making sure all the details are accurate. We genuinely live in the 80s world when we're on set, everything to the underwear that we're given, Millie Bobby Brown told Teen Vogue. But the reality is that sometimes the trendy 80s clothes nowadays are considered anything but comfortable. Like those rinse-washed, skin-tight jeans, which had no stretch at all. While visiting Late Night with Seth Meyers, Joe Keery admitted that he wasn't prepared for it. "It's like you're wearing a baseball glove," he said. Although some of the details were a bit altered. For example, the swimming trunks the community pool lifeguards wore were not that authentic to the era. They were initially inspired by the Baywatch series, but the designers decided not to follow the look too closely because lifeguards' trunks in the 80s were too short, and Stranger Things still is a family show. Mind that no buffing up is allowed. 1980s wasn't the time when the young guns were hitting the weights, but still, the Duffer brothers told Joe Keery to get ripped for the role. Initially, Steve Harrington was actually supposed to be a pro swimmer. "I didn't want to be known as Chunky Steve," he told Seth Meyers. "I showed up on the first day and they were like, 'Oh, the swimming? We cut that.'" So Keery's 6-week training appeared to be a complete waste of time. But Dacre Montgomery's change of diet and new training routine wasn't wasted. The fact is that he had to add a few pounds to cultivate the proper 80s look. Prior to taking part in Season 3 of Stranger Things, Montgomery starred in the Power Rangers and took up boxing and hit weights to prepare for his role of the Red Ranger. So, for portraying Billy, he had to get a more rounded look. Get ready for kissing on set. Although Stranger Things is a horror show, there's still a place for romance. In Season 1, Eleven and Mike's friendship turns into something bigger, and they kiss. For Millie Bobby Brown, it was her first kiss ever. It was like my first kiss, so it was kind of weird. We had no idea what to do. It was like real life. Nobody really knows what to do. But the young actors are professionals, and as it made sense for the storyline, they just did it. Finn Wolfhard recalled that Millie had the funniest reaction to the kiss he had ever seen. They yelled, "Cut!" Millie got up and just looked, like, disappointed. Then she yelled out, "Kissing sucks! That sucked!" That's what she said. But later, Millie revealed that she thinks it was really cool to immortalize her first kiss on screen. But Sadie Sink wasn't really okay with the fact that she and Caleb McLaughlin would have to kiss on set, especially as it was unscripted and came as a total surprise for the pair. Initially, it was only supposed to be Eleven and Mike kissing at the snowball, but Ross Duffer suggested that Max and Lucas should do the same. Sadie got really stressed out about it. However, she later revealed that although she was quite obviously nervous, she was quite comfortable with the kissing scene, although neither she nor Caleb had ever kissed anyone before. So as you can see, there are a lot of rules and tricky situations you have to be prepared for in case you want to be a part of a hit Netflix show. Would you still want to be part of the Stranger Things cast? Which of these rules would be the hardest for you to follow? Let us know in the comments below. And as always, stay awesome!